Why, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the AfterShock EpiCenter live stream. I'm your host and the Senior Retailer Relations Manager here at AfterShock Comics, RuthAnn Thompson. We have a jam-packed show for you today. We have quite a few comic books that are coming out for this new comic book day on Wednesday, July 28th. August is a big month for us. Not only do we have our first ever YA title coming out through our Seismic Press, which is from Steve Orlando and Steve Fox of Rainbow Bridge, we're also going to have our 100th title ever, which is Campisi the Dragon Incident. That's going to be our brand new series from James Patrick. But we have so many things happening. So let's jump right into the brand new titles that we have coming out for this coming new comic book day on Wednesday, July 28th. First up, we have the swashbuckling adventure of Seven Swords #2. So D'Artagnan must gather the greatest swords of his day if he has any chance of stopping the devilish machinations of Cardinal Richelieu. Unfortunately, that's proving easier said than done in this second issue. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the first issue. I'm checking in the comments here. Looks like you guys are all just chatting it up. Good to see you, E-List Man, as well as Keith and everybody else. So glad you could join us today. So but I love the tagline for this one is "Buckle your swashes." Issue #2 of Seven Swords is going to be a bumpy ride. So make sure you pick up this very fun, very cinematic title. If you guys like that kind of old school swashbuckling storyline, this is definitely the comic for you. Next up is Girls of Dimension 13 #4. That's a lot of numbers back and forth. This is a very fun title from Graham Nolan, and things are getting much more interesting as alliances are made amongst the battles of survival as Abby and Cece navigate the different dimensions on their way to find their friends and confront the evil Abraxas. If you guys read the last issue, you got to see this very gross blob-like terrifying creature that is Abraxas that's coming after our dimension too. And will they be able to save everybody? All this as Abby has a poignant moment with a lost loved one. So lots to find out in this next issue of Girls of Dimension 13 #4. Good to see you too, Second Street Marvel. Glad you guys are here. Next up for our free new comic book day coming up and uses it and performs it. It's crazy. So this is going to be the one that's called for #4. Oh, did my internet go out? Yep. I'm gonna start over. Beep, hip, 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 hip. All right. Never mind. So wait, what is it? Diddly, diddly. All right, back. So next up for comic books that are coming out for New Comic Book Day is Phantom on the Scan #4. This is the incredibly creepy title from Cullen Bunn and just wildly talented artist Mark Torres, who also does the music. So not only does he compose it, he performs it, and so each of these issues has a little QR code printed on the inside front cover to unlock. And for issue #4, the song is "Shadows of Learning to Fade." Ooh, I don't like it. This is really creepy because the body count is still rising with murders from this world, from the astral plane in pursuit. A group of doomed psychics draws ever closer to the horrifying truth about the abilities that are slowly killing them. If any of you guys read the first issue, the creature that comes crawling out from after that like bursts out of the brain is very gross. It's very creepy. I very much love this title, but I need to read it in daylight. Last but not least, one of my favorite titles of 2021 is finishing up with its final issue, which is Shadow Doctor #5. So this is the incredible true story of writer Peter Calloway's grandfather, who was one of the first Black men to graduate from medical school, but once he was out, he couldn't get a loan to start his own new practice. He wouldn't get hired, but guess who hired him? Al Capone. Al Capone, the actual Al Capone, and then he became his personal doctor. So this is the final issue, and Nathaniel's work for Al Capone Mafia is far from over. But now Nathaniel wants out. Can he settle his debts and get away from Scarface? I don't know. You have to read this issue. It's so good, guys. It's so good. If you haven't picked this up, it's so good. Just going to check in with the chat here. Make sure if you guys have had anything you want to talk about. Oh, Paul Dunn, I absolutely agree. I love books with soundtracks, especially like when you can just like pop on a full soundtrack with a comic book and just sit and just immerse yourself. I absolutely love it. We Live did an excellent job of that as well. And I'm looking forward to that to continue. And guys, you know what this Thursday is? It's another happy hour. So we're very stoked. I'm going to be chatting with the incredible creative. He's going to be writing 10 Years to Death with us. And you might know him from Battlestar Galactica. Aaron Douglas. I'm so stoked. This is gonna be so much fun. So make sure you guys join at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Pour yourself a drink. We're gonna chat it up. He's also gonna join for the live sale because we're gonna have some of his favorite books and books that he actually wrote stuff in for sale. So we have Shock Volume 1 and Shock Volume 2, which is there has a story written by Aaron Douglas in that. We're going to have graded books as always, Nuclear Family. We're going to have Bunny Mask in there as well with the Ambassador exclusive variant cover. So you guys, you got to join. Come join. It's going to be super fun. I'm really stoked about it. Let's focus on some books that are in the spotlight. We want to make sure that you guys have enough time to go to your local comic book shops and let them know to add these to your pull list. So let's start with Knock 'em Dead, the complete series. So if you guys missed out on this in the issue form, it's so much fun. It's Elliot Rowell really keys into some of the harshest and hardest parts of being a stand-up comedian, which he was himself in Chicago back in the day. But this follows the story of Pryor Bryce, who just isn't making it. It's not working out for him. He just can't seem to get it. And then him and another comedian are driving home one night, get in a car accident. They both die, but he kind of comes back to life, but almost as a husk of himself. And the other comedian actually ends up inhabiting him and giving him better jokes and rising him to fame. And so this really talks about all of the issues and addictions and all the pain that comes along with fame. So I highly suggest this series if you guys haven't picked it up. It's going to be in shops on August 11th. So make sure that you let your local comic book shop know if you want to get this, because we also have fast approaching Silver City #4, which has been a super fun title for me because the lead character it's me. It's not really me, but it is me. Guys, it's totally me. From writer Olivia Cortero Briggs. And as it says here, there's an order deadline of August 2nd. So make sure if you've been following this and really want to make sure you can get your copy, make sure you place an order as soon as possible with your local comic book shop. As well as Project Patron #5. Guys, it's going to wrap up. This incredible superhero story is going to wrap up soon by Steve Orlando. So that's going to be in shops August 25th, but you need to make sure to order that from your local comic book shop. And we've just been having so much fun with you guys. Paul Dunn, I'm so glad that you love Silver City too. I love it so much. And it's just such a great backstory. If you missed when Olivia was on the happy hour with me, we got to go in depth about where this story came from. And it actually came to her in a dream when she was in college. And ever since then, she's been trying to figure out if she wanted to do a book, a screenplay, what she wanted to do with it. But now she's doing a comic book with us. And I really, really like it. Yeah, we have, Nick, you are absolutely right. We got lots of good AfterShock comic books coming out. We're very stoked, and I hope you guys are reading it. I'm just like, as you can tell, I'm a fan. I love reading all of them, and we have some other fans online on Twitter. So let's grab a couple of the best tweets from last week titles that came out. So following Project Patron #4, we have Boxes and Bubbles on Twitter, and they say Project Patron #4. Mamon's plan begins to go into motion, but the pilots of the Patron come together to keep their secret the only way they can. Such a cool and unusual story. Yes, Box and Bubbles, I agree. I really very much like this story. Next up is from our title that came out last week, which is, guess what, Silver City #3. And this is from Shaq Wolfsbane. First of all, awesome Twitter handle. Second of all, he says, Silver City comic, I knew this was going to be one of those books that I simply crave after every issue. But then again, most AfterShock Comics books are. Loving this series, man. Yes, we love this series, and thank you for reading and tweeting about it. Super stoked. Oh, and Paul, I'm so glad she chose to do it in comic form too. Absolutely. And guys, if we have, we're looking for an ambassador up in Ontario, California. So if you know somebody who's like an Aftershock fan and really wants to be our representative for all of Ontario, California, woo, Toronto, Ontario, which is in Canada, please make sure they apply because we're still looking. And as soon as they apply, I'll interview them and we'll talk and we'll see. And maybe get to work with me and the rest of the Aftershock team. It'll be awesome. But guys, I am so happy with just how everything is going. We've been really cooking with gas, and we're going to be back at conventions soon. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to make it. And you guys have just been awesome. I can't thank you enough for being a part of the Aftershock family and joining me every week to chat about comic books. So just keep safe out there. Make sure to wash your hands, keep your distance, wear your masks, and only read dangerously. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye now.